Hello everybody and welcome. This is History Dude, and today we will be continuing our series on the history of battle with the Battle of Allia, which occurred on July 18th, 390 BCE. Now, in the first decade of the 4th century BCE, Roman confidence was high. The capture of the fortified Etruscan city of Veii in 396 BCE, seen here, after a struggle lasting 9 years, constituted a major victory and sealed the reputation of Rome's first great general, Marcus Furius Camillus, seen here. Now, this success made the Romans' defeat at Allia at the hands of a Celtic tribe, the Senones, all the more shocking. The Celts, also known as Gauls, had been migrating across the Alps into northern Italy for some years, seeking land to settle and towns to plunder. In 390 BCE, led by their chief Bran, known as Brennus to the Romans, the Senones pushed south and south and south, crossing the Apennine Mountains and besieging the Etruscan city of Clusium. And here is the Etruscan city of Clusium, here is Veii, and here is where the Battle of Allia occurred. Now, in response to an appeal for aid, the Romans sent envoys to Clusium. Their mission was to negotiate with the Celts, but their arrogance so enraged the tribesmen that the Celts abandoned the siege to march on Rome instead. A hastily assembled army advanced across the Tiber River to block the Celts' path, neglecting, it was later said, to make the proper sacrifices. The battle was fought with the river on one side and the other flank open, allowing the Celts to use their superior numbers to outflank the Roman line. The Roman phalanx was ineffective against the tribesmen, who fought in a looser formation. Intimidated by the Celts' wild appearance and unnerving war cries, the Romans fought with less than their usual resolve, and were put to flight. Many sought safety by crossing the river, but drowned under the weight of their armor. Many more were cut down as they ran. When Brennus' army reached Rome, it found the city gates open and the dirt and wood walls undefended. The fortified capital held out, but the Celts occupied the rest of the city. They agreed to leave only after a payment of large tribute in Roman gold. And Rome never forgot its humiliation, and under Camillus' guidance, the city erected new walls of stone, while military reforms moved the army away from the dependence on the phalanx towards the more flexible legion. So, the Battle of Allia, you start to see the Romans moving away from the Greek phalanx and towards more flexible formations such as the legion. And here you can see a 4th century BCE iron, bronze, and gold Celtic chieftain's helmet, which belies the Roman view of the Celts as barbarians and savages, because obviously this is very fine metalwork, very fine craftswork, and it took a lot of skill to make something like this, and it really highlights the fact that the Celts were a very advanced people. They were not the barbarians and savages that the Romans depicted them as. And here you can see the Celtic expansion between the 6th and 3rd centuries BCE. The Celts expanded from Gaul, and they went into Britain, went into Iberia. Here you can see the advance into the Italian peoples of Etruscans and Romans, as we just talked about in the 390 BCE. Now, this was part of the Gallic invasions of Italy. Now, the battle itself, as you can see, occurred 18 kilometers, about 11 miles outside of Rome. And the Celts had brought about 30,000 men to the field, while Romans had only brought about 10 to 15,000 men. Now, there are no reliable estimates on casualties, but it is definitely certain that the Celts got the better of the Romans. And the Romans never forgot this humiliation, and they used it to their betterment to advance their armies and make more technological advances, because the Romans were very tough people. Every time they got knocked down, they came twice back hard. They came back twice as hard. And that is about all you need to know about the Battle of Allia. As always, this has been History Dude, and remember to have an awesome day.